Welcome back to another episode of the Brilliant Resilient Experience. Today we've got a very special guest coming on the podcast. He is a mixed martial artist, professional Muay Thai fighter, and most recently started his professional boxing career. He carries a perfect record of 2-0 with 2 knockouts, and he's looking to make that 3-0 on April 27th. So this is the second time coming on the show, so I'm super excited to talk to him again. Let's go ahead and bring on Jhonson Garzon. How's it going? You got your fight coming up? Let's see. That's in like a little over a month?
A little bit over a month, yeah. Yeah, so
Nice.
it's going to be a good fight. I'm super excited to fight. I got the opponent switched out. Now I'm fighting a Filipino guy from Toronto. His name is PG Tondo. He's like got some good names on his resume. A little bit of a step up for competition for me, but I welcome that. I really want that, you know?
Nice.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Like I told my coach, I don't want to be fighting too many like lower level guys, because when I was fighting kickboxing, I was trying to fight the best guys around. Now,
Yeah.
I don't want to take a step back. I got to learn and I got to like improve my techniques and things like that, but I don't want to start fighting guys that don't give me that sense of danger, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Well, it motivates you more too because you've got more of a challenge.
Yeah, it's more of a challenge, and I can psych myself up more if I know the guy's actually good and he's coming to fight, you know? Then you actually like perform better in the camp, I feel.
Yeah, that's an interesting thought, actually, because a lot of times I've seen fighters lose to guys they shouldn't have lost to, and it was because they thought they were just going to run through them.
Yeah,
and they
and a lot
weren't
of
motivated.
times, guys spend too long fighting C-level competition, and it's like, yeah, like if you fight long enough C-level competition, you're going to get beat by a C-level guy, like, you know?
Yeah.
So it's better. It's always been better to lose to a better level fighter, because at least then you're associated with him somehow. You know, you always try to make
Right.
it to the bigger things. You know.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this is going to be cool because so your first 2 fights you did, so you're 2-0, you have 2 knockouts.
Yeah.
Those 2 were in Colombia, where you were born.
Yeah.
And then now you're going to be fighting in Calgary where you live. So that's pretty
Where I live,
sweet.
yeah. And it's fighting here has been dead since like COVID, you know. So it's been 4 years now. Yeah. There's been pro MMA here. There's been kickboxing fights, but there hasn't been pro boxing, you know, where the nice production value, the guys come out with the nice shorts, stuff like that. So I'm just happy, you know. I'm happy Angelo and the boys, they all whipped it up, and yeah, we're doing it, you know.
That's awesome. So your gym, Olympus Boxing, they also are a promoter?
Yeah, so they opened a promotion called Olympus Promotions.
Nice.
It's basically to help, you know, get some of the guys from the gym some fights, because there used to be another promotion for pro boxing here called the Kata, but that went under. COVID just killed it, so there's literally nothing here. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, that's going to be really exciting. I can't wait to see it because I haven't really watched. I don't know if you have your boxing fights on YouTube. You should send them to me because I don't think I've seen any of your actual boxing fights. I've only seen your Muay Thai.
Yeah, I got just mostly clips like on the Instagram, but
okay.
I haven't put them up on YouTube, or I kind of want to. I kind of want to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen any of it, so I'm excited.
Well, yeah,
That'd be awesome.
When I was there in Colombia, like I was so focused on fighting, I didn't get too much like videos and things like that. So,
yeah.
But this fight,
yeah, that makes sense.
I'm hoping like there's gonna be cameras, camera crews, and big production value. So then I'll actually have like a nice fight to upload.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one.
Awesome.
And the Filipino guy I'm fighting, I like him. He's a southpaw. He's aggressive. You know, he looks like he comes to fight.
I'm a southpaw.
Yeah, I saw that. How's your boxing going? How's that going? You've been training
it's
a lot,
fun.
right?
I'm really enjoying it.
Nice.
I've been training boxing probably for about 3 years now, but I took kind of a little bit of a break.
Yeah.
And then I got back into it in September.
But lately you've been going hard, hey?
Yeah. So the gym I train at ES, and I think we talked a little bit about it last time, but since then I started doing the advanced boxing classes.
Oh, okay.
So it's more contact. Like we're actually, we're not going hard, but we're hitting each other and, getting better defense and stuff like that.
Like
so
I've
really been focusing on defense. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's cool. How do you find that, like your first impressions of sparring? How's that for you?
I mean, I've sparred before, so I've done boxing sparring. So basically what I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to focus still on boxing, but I'm learning kickboxing too now.
That's cool.
So I'm hoping that within the near future, I will be able to spar kickboxing. Since I've already sparred boxing before, I feel comfortable enough getting punched in the face.
Yeah.
I just have never been kicked in the face or kicked anywhere else. So
have you taken a low kick?
No.
Oh, that's going to be interesting. That's all right. It's just like anything. You get used to it.
Exactly. Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. So basically what I'm going to do is keep learning kickboxing. Once I get comfortable with that, then I'll start doing the advanced kickboxing, which is very similar to the advanced boxing. And then hopefully be able to transition to sparring. I'm hoping I can start sparring by like the summertime. That's
that's a great goal. Like 3 months. Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah. Yep. So I just gotta keep going. Basically what I like to try to do is every single time I go to class, I'm like, how can I at least improve something? Like just get better at something, whether it's defense in my boxing or if it's getting better at throwing a roundhouse or whatever it is, like trying to get better at little things.
Yeah, I enjoy the simplicity and the repetition of training,
Yes.
Once you do something really nicely that first time and then you capture that feeling and you can recreate that feeling again and again and again, that's the best.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a pretty simple person. I don't need much. Like, that's good. That's good.
I've seen some of your training footage. Man, your boxing technique is so, like, not only are you able to hit super, super hard,
thank you,
but like just your movement is amazing. I've noticed that. And you told me that you've been training boxing for a while, even when you were doing Muay Thai too.
Yeah.
So it definitely shows.
Yeah. At the time I was kind of at a crossroads. I wanted to do a lot of different things. I started fighting early. But even when I was doing kickboxing, I was more known for my hands. And I had to learn how to like hit and not be hit because I'm so much younger fighting older guys, right? I remember I'd be like 18, 19 fighting guys. They're like late 20s. And I remember just jabbing them and not doing damage, and they jab me, and it's like, fuck, we'll never let that happen again. Oh, I guess I'm not supposed to swear. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine. You can say whatever you want.
Oh, okay.
I know people always ask me that. I'm like, yeah, I don't care. I'm like, just say whatever you want. Just be yourself. I'm like, if you don't normally cuss, then I'm like, then don't. But if you do, then that's how you talk. So talk however you normally talk.
But movement's super important, like just for longevity. Like I never wanted to be the guy that gets hit every fight. There's just guys that they're gonna compete, and like his head is gonna go back so much, and I never wanted to be known as hittable.
Yeah, definitely. That's why I'm really glad that I've been able to learn more defense lately, especially with the advanced class. Like that's really helped me kind of not only just get used to being punched. I mean, obviously I've been punched before, but it's like you're not focusing on like countering. You're not focusing on what you're going to throw. You're just focusing on defense.
Yeah.
So it's like you really are able to kind of focus on, okay, how do I know when he's going to throw a right hook? How do I know when he's going to throw a jab? And then getting used to kind of defending that. And it's important. It's super important. because wow, we love to watch guys like Nate Diaz and Chandler and guys like that. We love to watch it, but at the end of the day, you don't want to always fight like that.
No, and for people that train that way and fight that way, it's it's important to know, like, the really good guys, or the guys that have like this kind of like perfectionist approach to the game. They're not looking at it like, wow, he's so tough, he's so gritty, this and that, because those are all just, they're almost backhanded compliments coming from fighters, like if a guy if a guy beats you up and says you're tough, it's kind of a backhanded compliment, in my opinion.
Yeah, I never thought about it like that. That's true.
Yeah. When I have a good spar with someone, or they surprise me with their skill, I don't mention that they're tough. I say, your technique is so clean, you're fast, you're light on your feet, but you don't really say like, oh, you're so tough, man, like, good for you, you're just the toughest guy around. Yeah.
That's funny. I really did never think about it that way. That's hilarious.
I don't know if I assume you've done some jiu-jitsu before, but it's like when
I've done one class.
Yeah? How was that?
One class. It was fun. I actually really enjoyed it, but the thing is that, like, I'm going to have to learn kickboxing before I ever get into jiu-jitsu, because if I start doing jiu-jitsu, I know how my brain works, and I'm gonna be like, "Oh, this is awesome!" Like, I'm gonna get all obsessed with it. So I'm like, "Let's focus on one thing at a time, Bree. One thing at a time."
Yeah. That's important.
I've been tempted to get back into it, but I'm like, not yet, because then I'll get injured or something, and I don't want to do that. So.
Yeah, one ankle lock and no more boxing.
Exactly. Well, that was something we were talking about last time, because, you train all different styles of martial arts, but you mainly focus on boxing. Yeah. Which, when you're in a training camp for a boxing fighter, are you pretty much just focusing on boxing right now?
100%. Like, I only surround myself with boxers. I only train boxing. I don't touch a shin pad. I just immerse myself in that culture and that way of being for a little time, and then get the job done, Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. Do you think you'll ever go back to MMA or Muay Thai after you're kind of done with boxing? Or maybe you could do, I don't know, if it seems hard to do both.
It seems hard to do both, and it seems hard to do everything simultaneously. I think right now where I'm at, I'm leaning more towards MMA. I think Muay Thai, like, if there was a big opportunity, maybe. But in terms of Canadian Muay Thai, it's not super strong. So.
Well, if we ever have an opportunity down here, I'll let you know.
We're
actually like heating up the Muay Thai here.
I seen that. What is it? Freedom Fighter?
Stand-up fight series.
Stand-up fight series. Yeah. Stand-up fight series. I seen that production value on there. I actually wouldn't mind fighting on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna tell Chad.
100. What weight class? 120. 120 and lower, I'm there.
Dude,
doesn't matter
I
the
wish
record.
He was pro. We have an AMI. His name's Ty. Literally, he's Ty.
Oh, I think I might have
his
seen
name's
this guy
Ty
on
Prackett
Instagram too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ty Prackett. Yeah. He's young though.
Whenever
right?
he goes pro.
Yeah. No,
that
definitely.
Would be crazy.
Definitely.
He's pretty young too, so I think I think he'll go pro.
I seen him on Instagram. Yeah, Ty Capri. He fought there. Yeah, he's pretty young. He's like 18 or something like that.
Yeah, super young.
Yeah, but the stand-up fight series is good. I love the way Americans approach combat sports. Canadians are just so lax to me, like, like, you guys want to, like, we need to go out. We need to go and show out for our fighters,
Yeah. Oh, dude, we should do a Canada versus USA stand-up fight series.
That would be crazy.
That would be sick.
That would be so sick. Wow.
I would love
crazy. I also, Brie, like, if I ever make it into some kind of level, I'd love to own a promotion, because, like, matchmaking and stuff like that, it sounds like so much fun. Like, It barely sounds like
Oh my
work.
God.
Yeah,
I know. That's what I did all weekend.
that's
Was
sick.
just make like fantasy fights, and then I also did like all the fights I want to see after 299, and I was like, oh my God, I'm like, I want this job.
Did you see Ngannou and Joshua?
Yeah.
Oh, for
Honestly, I can't say
Ngannou.
I'm surprised though.
Yeah, I'm not surprised either, but that might be Ngannou's last stint in boxing, possibly.
Yeah, I don't know how you would come back from that.
It's pretty tough, and but I believe he's already signed another fight, right, in PFL, something like that.
Oh, Heynan Fajeda.
Yeah, yeah, I thought he was already like spoken for that.
I think so.
Yeah, yeah.
That's interesting.
So I mean, Renan Ferreira is big man too. You
He's
know,
huge.
oh
He's huge.
man,
He's like the same size as that new heavyweight Rebellis that's in the UFC. I think they're the same size.
yeah, that Rebel too is. There's so many good fighters. It's insane.
I know.
So many good fighters. And every day I just like meet more people that are like good
Yeah.
and yeah, they're out there for sure.
It's insane. That's what I've been saying. Like with our local scene's grown so much, even just in the last year. And I'm looking at like how many guys we have here that could potentially go to the UFC. And I'm like, this is gonna be crazy. Like
Yeah.
if this actually works out and plays out the way that it should, I'm like, man, we'll have at least 10 guys from St. Louis in the UFC that are active
Yeah,
at some
yeah.
point. So that'd be sweet.
That's awesome.
But
Yeah,
we'll see.
in Calgary we have two guys in the UFC, Hakeem Dawadu and Shadon
Oh, yeah.
Hellinger. Hakeem Dawadu, I would train with him like way years back. And then Chad, I sparred
Nice.
Chad like a year ago. He's a great guy. Both guys are pretty nice guys. Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and they just had an event in January in Toronto. Was it in Toronto? I think it
Yeah,
was.
yeah, but
UFC.
a lot of the Canadians didn't do so good that card.
I know.
I followed it, and I think it was like 5 out of 7 lost or something like that. I'm like, damn, guys, what's going on?
Yeah. It's funny because normally when they do an event like that in like a certain country, they kind of give them more favorable matchups.
Yeah.
But this time they gave them all like really
Hard
tough
fights.
matchups.
Yeah, yeah, but it's so funny because those tough matchups, that's where you become like a star. You know,
That's true.
it's
That's
like
true.
that.
Yeah, if Mike Malott would have beat Neil Magny, he would
Oh,
be
and he would
on
have
his
looked
way to
crazy
a
doing
title.
it. Yeah, it would have been insane.
Yeah, that sucked. He was winning the fight too. I was like, oh my God.
I like Mike Malott though. He's a good talent. Like he is.
I
He
do
punches
too.
hard. He grapples heavy. He's got more of a striking style, I feel.
He's good.
Yeah.
He's really good. I think he'll bounce back.
Yeah, definitely.
I think he will.
That's what I love about
That
fighting.
was just a experience thing right there.
Yeah, yeah. Like one lost or one bad result doesn't change your career. You know.
Right.
You know,
Right.
especially at that level. At that level, he wins 2 fights. Everybody forgets.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, what did you think about UFC 299?
I actually didn't watch it. I caught some of the highlights. I did watch the Sean O'Malley Cheeto fight. Yeah, Sean O'Malley's a great striker. Some people say he's good enough to box boxers. I'm on the fence because I've seen both worlds. I've seen some MMA guys really take it to boxers also. You know, so it's definitely possible. But, you know, Sean O'Malley talks about Gervonta Davis and these guys like this, you know. I don't know about that. Like, Gervonta Davis.
Yeah, I'm not sold on that either.
Yeah, I'm not sold on Gervonta Davis.
I'm not even sold on Ryan Garcia because, I mean, yeah, he got dropped with the body shot, but I still think Ryan Garcia is really, really good, especially compared to an MMA fighter, you know?
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah,
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that.
I'm not sure.
Now that you brought up Ryan Garcia, what's your reactions to this weirdness?
Man, I don't
It's
know.
so cryptic, right? It's like I don't even know what to think
So
when I watch
weird.
that. Yeah.
So weird. I don't know. I mean, you get to that level of fame that young,
Yeah.
it's kind of like, ugh. I don't know if that's good.
I think he's going through some kind of paranoid psychosis episode. Like,
Yeah.
Personally, that's what it looks like. It looks like he's kind of like the world's turning on him a little bit. And then when you're famous,
Mm-hmm.
who are you gonna talk to? Because you can't trust nobody.
Right.
And
Yeah,
I think people are
exactly.
just sticking cameras in his face, getting clicks. Yeah,
Yeah, I feel bad for him,
but
honestly. I think
yeah,
people should probably just leave him alone.
yeah, just leave him alone, let him fight. But yeah, he's
He's
gonna
still
be an
supposed to
interesting case
fight
study.
Devin Haney, right?
It's still on. It's still on,
Huh.
and they're
Okay.
3-3, right? In the amateurs, Devin Haney and Ryan, they're 3-3.
Are they really?
Yeah, 3 wins apiece. So it's actually a crazy fight.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's actually a crazy fight.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going to happen in this fight, honestly.
I'm not
I mean, I
sure
want to
either.
say Devin Haney, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
Maybe
know either.
maybe
I'm leaning
Ryan's
towards Haney,
psychotic
but
break will be fuel for him. Who knows?
maybe Devin won't be able to read him.
Yeah.
you know, Devin will zig when he should have zagged.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That'd be crazy.
it would be crazy. But Devin is also he's obviously like a great champion as well.
Yeah.
He showed a little bit of hit ability with Lomachenko though. Lomachenko
Yeah. But
is
Lomachenko's so good.
so good though, so good. Yeah, I agree.
Insanely good.
I agree. Lomachenko, it would be an honor if he punched me. To be honest, like
Yeah.
if you have me for a sparring session, Loma, please make my career.
That's funny. Yeah, he's one that I really like to watch. Obviously my favorite to watch is Canelo, but
Oh yeah,
he's
Canelo.
probably one of my top favorites. I really like watching fighters that have good head movement, and I feel like I've seen more of it in MMA now too. Like I feel like people are starting to catch on with boxing more in MMA, which is cool.
Yeah,
But I still think that that's a big area that is still kind of not fully evolved in
yeah,
MMA is the boxing.
yeah. Because so much of the boxing is revolved around the long fight, 12 rounds. Like I
Yes.
have no doubt in my mind a guy like Sean O'Malley could keep up with a guy like Gervonta in the gym for the first two
Right.
or three rounds. You know, but when we're in the boxing gym and we're doing rounds, sometimes we do 8, 10 rounds, 12 rounds in a row. Or
Yep.
until somebody gives up, can't breathe, and okay, we'll close it here. But yeah, like you have to learn how to fight in those 5, 7 rounds. Whereas deep is a totally different game. You have to. That's really when the head movement comes in because you're so tired. You don't have energy to attempt blocks. You have to use your head, use your feet. Yeah, yeah. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. But
It's a
I think
completely different
MMA
game for sure.
is a harder sport on your body than
Yes.
boxing. Boxing is a little bit lighter on your body, but harder on your brain.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is 100% true. And also in MMA, there's just so many more ways to lose.
There's so many
And
more
it's
ways to
like
lose. That's right. Yeah. That's definitely true. There's so
you
many
got to
more
worry
holes to
about
plug.
everything.
Yeah.
That's why it's hard to really focus on one thing in MMA now because especially in like flyweight, bantamweight, featherweight, lightweight, pretty much everybody in the top 15 all those divisions is pretty well rounded.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you have to be good everywhere.
You have
You
to.
can't really be a specialist except for I would say in like 170 and up. I feel like you can still be a specialist, but I
Yeah.
feel like that's starting to go away in the lower weight classes. Like I don't know. I don't know if you can get away with it on a high level anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. Like that's definitely what I'm seeing. The trend is everyone's kind of coming. Like MMA is more of like a style of its own. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. But talent is such a crazy thing because there will come a guy, I'm sure, that will just be like super good at one thing and he'll just
Yep.
tear everybody. Um,
And then he'll
reminds
be
me of
like the guy that faces like the best jujitsu guy, and everybody be like, "Oh, he's gonna get submitted,"
yeah,
and then he'll just like not get taken down.
and I'll get taken down. Yeah, yeah, that's true. It reminds
That'd be
me
funny.
of Ortega, like when Ortega was first kind of in the UFC, back when his hair was
Yeah.
different. He had the long hair, and he was just a jiu-jitsu
Yeah.
guy, you know.
Right.
and then he's just jumping on guillotines and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, if you're a world class athlete, like you can almost do any sport, you know.
How many rounds is your fight going to be?
This will be a six rounder. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That is one thing I like about boxing too, is there's more rounds. I like
Yeah.
that.
It's more
I
definitive
feel
that
like
way.
it gives you more opportunities to kind of adjust, and also you kind of get into the fight a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, and you know, if you lose a round, you still have room to make it up. You know. Yeah.
Right.
A lot of times in kickboxing fights, because they're 3 rounds, Muay Thai fights are 5 rounds sometimes. You know, you lose 2 rounds, it's like, well, now you're just playing for the knockout. That last
Right.
round, right? So when the opponent knows your intent, it's a little easier to disengage, right? But yeah, when you have 6 rounds, you start getting tired. Round 4, you still have 2 more to do, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I remember the first time I did boxing sparring, because I think we did. Gosh, it was at least 8 rounds, probably 10.
Damn.
The first day I went, and because we were there for over an hour, and I didn't take a round off or anything. And then I kept going, and there was I think twice where I had to take a round off. And I was like, I went to my coach. I was like, I'm gonna throw up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was like, dude, I'm serious. If I go one more, I'm like, I am gonna throw up. I'm like, I can't do it.
Not in the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I gotta stop. So then I took a round off, and then I was like, all right, I'm good. I'm back.
Yeah. Well, that's good. It's good that you have that self-awareness, though.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
Oh, man.
It was brutal. It was brutal. Well, sometimes you eat the wrong thing that day,
Oh, yeah.
or like, you know.
Sometimes it's just like you get nerves, too. You get nerves, or
Yeah.
you're not eating properly, or like you didn't sleep well, your stomach's upset. Yeah.
Yeah, or sometimes I would because we would always switch partners, and I would get partnered with somebody I didn't know, and I'd never
Yeah.
seen him before, and then I get nervous. I'm like, oh my God, they're going to try to knock me out. Like,
Well, that's the thing. Whenever I spar somebody new, and I don't really know what this person's about, I put my gloves up like this, and I just let them hit my gloves, and then I kind of read, you know, like, okay.
yeah, that's smart. That's a good idea.
Usually I
Maybe
do
I'll
this,
try
and then
that
I get a
next time.
super hard shot, and I just go, okay. It's one of those.
Yeah, I remember I sparred this kid one time, and I only saw him at the gym this one time, never saw him again.
No.
But he, like, I was just like kind of peppering jabs at first, like I normally do, and then all of a sudden he just tries to whack me in the face with a hook, and I'm like, whoa! It's like, I didn't know that we were playing this game. Okay.
Yeah. Just overhand right from the floor.
Literally.
Oh.
Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, I might have brain damage after this one, but that's okay.
You just want to go in for your nice, normal class, try to have a good workout, have a good day.
Yeah. And it was funny because I tried to avoid him for like the first like 30 minutes of sparring, because I was like, I don't know this guy. I'm like, I'm not partnering with him. Like, I don't know
You
this guy.
kind of knew. You knew in the back of your head. Oh,
Yeah,
no.
I knew exactly what was gonna happen. I'm like, oh man. So yeah, but then the guy that runs the sparring kind of gave it to him. So I was like, okay, he got his back.
That's good. Yeah, that's good. You got to be able to have good culture in the gym, you know, when it comes to sparring and things like that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. That's one thing we really do have at our gym, is like we have a really good culture. Well, you kind of have
Blessed.
You're at not a small gym, but a smaller gym. You know, it's not a huge gym.
No.
So probably have a good vibe there.
Yeah, definitely good vibes here. I like it because, you know, everybody knows everybody. You know, some of us have like separate teams, and we come here to this gym and we come together. Yeah, it's a good vibe. It's a good vibe. And usually what I find when you try to mix social groups like this, it doesn't work out too well. But the gym feels like a very communal space. You know.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. That's kind of what we're trying to do here with some of the gyms in our area, is kind of make it more welcoming and collaborate more, which I like to see, because, you know, that's the only way we're gonna help St. Louis grow, is to help each other.
Yeah, and that's like the way we promote the sport, and because we're still dealing with some of the stigma that like boxing's violent, and if you do combat sports, you're gonna turn out to be a dysfunctional person. Yeah, we still like. I didn't think it was actually that big of a deal until I started helping my friend run his gym, and I'm talking to parents, sign them up for kids classes, and they're like, yeah, I would want to, but I don't want my son to be like violent or wanting to fight people and this and that, So I think it's, like the majority of the population still thinks like boxing's barbaric and fighting's barbaric and whatnot. Yeah.
Interesting.
But it's funny because the sport.
If people here think that too, I don't know.
Yeah. The sport has gotten so much bigger. I think people are now like okay with seeing it, but they still don't want to approach it too much, Because I guarantee, like, if not just dudes, but like most dudes have UFC on their phone, like 100%,
Right.
Nowadays, but most dudes wouldn't want to go to a gym to train,
Right.
Yeah, I asked some friends, I'm like, hey man, like, would you ever try this and that? Like, oh no, like, I'm not a super angry person. And it's like, you don't have to be an angry person to do training, Like, that's such a misconception.
You know what's funny? I've been kind of trying to figure out, like, how my emotions can translate to my training. And I actually train a lot better when I'm happy than I do when I'm angry.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Way better.
Yeah, when you're angry, you're way more self-critical, all these sort of things. Yeah, definitely.
Get frustrated faster and you can't pick something up.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm scared of the guys in the back that looked relaxed, like they're just about to go in, do their normal workout. Those are the guys I'm more looking at. The guys in the corner, like, freaking out, mean mugging people. I know they're cornered, They cornered themselves. Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, I feel like it makes a huge difference. Yeah. And, like, sometimes you can't even tell, like, if I'm angry or if I'm just exhausted sometimes. Like, I have RBF, so sometimes people think, like, I'm standing there, I'm just like, I look like I'm so mad. I'm like, no, I'm just tired.
I'm just tired.
I had to tell my coach one time because he was like, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm just exhausted, dude. I'm like, I'm good.
That's awesome. Bree, how long have we been going for?
35 minutes.
Oh, wow. It doesn't feel like that long.
I know, it doesn't. I feel like we could probably do a 3-hour podcast.
Yeah, we probably have enough stuff to talk about too. Yeah.
I know. Well, I wanted to ask you, one thing I did want to ask you about, what do you think about Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson? What is this? What is going on?
This fight is like going to the mall, right? And you go to meet Santa at the mall. But then Santa's like outside smoking a cigarette. It's like I love Mike Tyson. Almost everybody unanimously loves Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Do I want to see him fight at 50? Do you remember when Vitor Belfort fought Evander Holyfield?
Yeah.
In a boxing match? No one felt good about watching Evander Holyfield. Nobody said, wow, like the old Evander. No. That's how I feel about the Tyson fight. But it's going to print a lot of money, like crazy money.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
My dad thinks Mike Tyson's going to win.
Oh, I love Mike Tyson, but I'm giving Mike Tyson maybe like a 20% chance of winning.
It's so weird. But also, I saw something today saying they're going to be wearing 18-ounce gloves and headgear.
No way. What? No way. That can't be real.
That's like, as if it wasn't already stupid enough.
Yeah, that's like saying, oh, I'm going to fight this lion, but he's declawed and tied. You know, like what? You can't put Mike Tyson in 18-ounce gloves.
No.
Don't do that.
These gloves are 16-ounce gloves I have behind me. Those
Oh,
are already pretty big.
yeah, those are huge.
Like 18-ounce? What?
Why?
What?
Yeah, no. I hope that doesn't happen. Yeah, I hope
Yeah.
that fight ends up being some sort of publicity stunt, but part of me actually thinks
Because
that's gonna
wouldn't that
happen.
make the head trauma even worse with like bigger gloves and headgear?
Yeah.
I don't know.
The bigger gloves would help because it would soften the blow, but the
Yeah,
headgear
I guess
would
that's
would
true.
make the head move more, adds to the
Yeah.
shake. So yeah, no, it's not all that great.
I don't
But
understand. Do you know where this fight is supposed to
I
happen?
think in Saudi Arabia, I'm pretty sure it's in the Middle East.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I doubt anybody here would sanction that.
No, no, no. No, because the rules around combat
Wow.
sports have tightened so much, like in the
Yeah.
West, but in the East and some other parts of the world, it's just free for all. Um,
Hmm.
but it is kind of a moral thing because say Mike Tyson gets hurt doing this, you know, and I think like everybody and his team's responsible, you know, like all those
Right.
guys directly, like you should have a team that will talk you out of things, you know. And
Right.
fighting at 60 years old is very, very tough. Very tough.
Yeah, it just feels a little ridiculous.
It feels a little ridiculous. It feels a little crazy. Um, and for me, it feels like fans don't really care about champions. Like fuck, like Tyson really, like Tyson was competitive in the 1987.
Right.
You know, like it's bad. It's bad.
Yeah. I just, man, I for a while I was actually cool with Jake Paul. Like for a split second, I was like, okay, he's bringing people to the sport.
Yeah,
I'm like, this is cool. But then, like, the more I look into it, and the more I
yeah.
see him continue
His last
to
opponent
fight,
was ridiculously bad.
oh my
That
god, I
guy.
know.
Yeah, that guy has the most bought record of all time for sure. But it's okay.
It's insane. I mean,
Yeah.
it is getting people watching combat sports.
Yeah.
But at the same time, these people aren't educated on combat sports, so they're
No.
coming into it. And these are the people that you see in the comments like, this guy's just hugging this guy,
Mm-hmm.
and like,
Mm-hmm.
and they say all kinds of stupid things.
All kinds of yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know if this is a good thing. Maybe not.
Yeah. Well, I think it's
I
all
don't
just
know.
trial and error. We're all just
That's
it's
true.
all entertainment. People are trying to put on fights, freak show fights, and it's nothing new. Freak show fights have been a thing from the very beginning. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I mean, we had Sanchai and Buakaw and Bare Knuckle. I mean, it's just anything is
I still can't
happening.
believe that. That was
Yeah.
insane.
Like anything is gonna happen and is happening. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's an interesting time in combat sports for sure.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
We'll see how it all plays out.
Yeah.
But-
I'm definitely not buying that pay-per-view though.
No.
I'm gonna catch that on YouTube the next day.
Yeah, for sure. I don't even want to watch it live. I'm too scared. I don't want to see it.
Oh man. Yeah, I mean,
I wonder if knockouts are allowed.
you would think so. I mean, if it's a fight.
Yeah, that's true. Because what
Yeah.
are they going to do? Just touch each other,
My
Like,
thing with Tyson
do like a
is,
sparring match?
I don't see this guy needing money. Like his image prints money, right? So
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to, like, because I love his podcast, Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson. So good,
Mm-hmm.
so good. So I want to hear like his thoughts on why he's actually doing this.
I do too.
You
I'm
know?
curious.
Because it can't just. I refuse to believe it's just a money thing. You know?
I wonder if he just really wants to fight again.
Yeah, maybe, and then he thinks he can beat Jake, but
Yeah, maybe he's
No.
been sitting back and watching all this stuff, and he's like, I could beat this guy. He's like, I just need to throw one left hook, and he's done.
and he's done. And the thing is, fighters were sometimes guilty of thinking like this.
Yeah.
When you think, especially when you've done good things before, you're just like, I did it before, I can do it again, I'll replicate it, you know? But
Right.
it's a dangerous thing because, you know, yeah, like obviously Tyson is prime would smoke Jake Paul, like without a doubt.
Yeah, of
Within a round,
course.
2 rounds max, you know, like. But now he's 60. You got to think his back. He's got disc problems, all these things. You know,
Right.
Jake's probably got some nice nutritionists working for him, meal prepping and stuff. So it's so tough. It's so tough. I wonder what his family thinks about this.
That's what I was wondering
Yeah.
too. I'm like, I wonder if his family's like supportive of it
Mm.
or if they're like, what are you doing?
What are you doing? Yeah. Yeah. But, I mean, if you're related to Mike Tyson, are you just even surprised anymore? He's Mike Tyson.
How do you tell that guy no though?
Yeah.
How?
Who's telling Mike Tyson no, right?
The only people that could probably get away with that would have to be a woman, because if you are a man, you are not going to tell Mike Tyson anything.
Anything. Yeah, you're so right about that. You're so right about that. Because imagine some regular guy tells Mike Tyson, a former world champion, you can't box. He's just gonna throw his hands
I'll
up
show
in the
you
air
right
like,
now.
yeah, like I'll show you right now. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's hilarious. Yeah, there's no way that everybody around him supports it. They might just be like kind of going with it.
Kind of going with it, yeah.
It's Mike Tyson.
Man. But did you see so you saw Joshua fight Ngannou. Do you think Joshua beats Fury now that he's got that extra confidence? Or
Yeah.
do you think that fight is still gonna sit in the background for like another year?
Yeah, I wonder if it'll even happen anytime soon. Probably not. But
I think it
would
should be
probably
the
take
next
Joshua.
one, right?
I do too.
Because it's like they
Makes
both have
sense.
fought Francis as like a common opponent. They should just make it, you know?
Yeah.
I
was actually surprised that Tyson came out and said that he did take that fight seriously.
Yeah.
Because everybody was saying, oh, maybe he didn't train for it. And he's like, no, I did.
Yeah.
Which I was surprised he said that, because now it kind of looks bad.
I am also surprised he said that. I don't know. I think he was being a little bit facetious also, because I don't think he truly trained the way he trained for like a Klitschko or a Wilder.
No.
Because I followed him when he was training for those fights, and he lost like 70 pounds or something for the Wilder fight. You know? So I don't think he was taking it like that level of serious. But yeah, definitely like late in that Ngannou fight when Fury hits the elbow on him, I can tell like that was a desperation elbow. You know? That was Ngannou doing too much to me right now. Yeah.
Interesting things going on in combat sports for sure.
Yeah, super
I'm not
interesting.
sure what to think of all of it.
Super interesting.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
I think Fury's the funniest one though. He's way more charismatic than Joshua and Wilder.
Yeah.
He's got the funniest one-liners.
He is pretty funny.
Yeah.
He's got a really interesting story too. Like I remember I watched his episode on Joe Rogan and I was like, oh, this guy's pretty interesting.
Really short episode too, eh? It's only like 50 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Very strange.
I remember watching that too. Yeah. Different cultures, you know?
Yeah.
Different culture.
Yep. Oh yeah, for sure. I wonder if Connor will ever do Rogan.
He really should, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Why not?
Why not, right?
I thought that was funny. He had Kat on recently.
Cat Williams? Yeah.
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 And then Joe asked him to do a spot at the comedy or the mothership.
Yeah.
And Kat said, I only do arenas.
Oh.
But then Joe was kind of talking, or somebody was talking about it. I think it might have been Joe. And they're like, well, he just doesn't feel comfortable in like a club, you know?
Yeah.
Because I guess because he's so famous.
Yeah.
But But I've seen people probably with the same or close level of fame to Kat
Yeah.
that have done the mothership. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It's funny. I was expecting them to talk about like all the drama, and then they just talk about conspiracy theories the whole time. I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. That's the thing, you know.
This is pretty funny.
I enjoy some of that conspiracy talk once in a while, but you can't really get
Yeah.
lost too much in that, you know?
No, because
Like-
it screws with your mind.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you gotta
Yeah,
like
I've done that
player
before.
one,
Where
you know?
you start going down rabbit holes.
Yeah.
You're like, oh
Yeah.
god.
Yeah, because there's bad things going on for sure. You know,
Yes.
when you let it affect your day to day life, like you start opening conversations with, you know, hey, did you hear about this? Did you read about this? It's like, bro, like, I'm trying to pay my mortgage, man. Calm down. I don't got, you know, like I don't got the mental space to be thinking about the islands and all this, you know?
Exactly. That's the thing. That's what I tell people because, well, you're in combat sports. I mean, there's a lot of people in combat sports that kind of get into all that stuff. I mean, look at Eddie Bravo.
Yeah.
So it's like sometimes you try to get people back and you're like, no, like don't go down, don't go down this road, please.
Yeah, don't do it, you know? Yeah, well,
I even catch myself doing it sometimes, but I'm like, nope, come back to life.
Paranoia is a very weird thing, you know. Paranoia like stops you from enjoying your things. Like
It does.
I come from a bad country. Things happen every
Yeah.
day. Every day something bad happens there. When I go back there, I'm just happy to be back home. I'm aware that these things are happening, but I just enjoy my time with my family, and I just let the time pass, you know. Because you try not to dwell too much. It's like if you lose a fight, you know, you can be sad 3-5 days, and then after that, go back to the gym, just retry it. You know, don't dwell. You know,
Exactly.
yeah.
What are some things that help you kind of keep your mind right? Because obviously, when you're doing combat sports, you have to focus a lot of your time on it.
Yeah.
But I know, like, a lot of fighters, they game, they play video games for hours, which that's one thing I feel like that I've noticed a lot of fighters do.
Yeah.
Or like hunting, stuff like that. Do you have like a thing you do?
I mean, I like to hike. I like to go out. I like to draw. But if I'm feeling like anxious, where like training's going hard or something, or I'm feeling anxious, I just talk to my friend George, my main trainer, and we don't even talk about fighting. I try not to have too many conversations that revolve around fighting. Just kind of coaching and training all day and stuff like that. Like I just want to talk about, what you do last week on a random day. Oh, did you hear this person or this and that? Like, I don't like to really. Guys want to play video games and stuff like that. Like for me, I'm kind of a perfectionist, so I can't really even play video games for fun. You know, like I'm the type of guy like I'll play a video game, I'll die, and I'll be like, So like it's not really downtime for me. So I like to just be outside, draw.
That's good.
Do something, yeah.
I feel like that's probably better for your brain, for sure.
Yeah, I do like gaming though. I haven't gamed in forever, but once in a while it's fun, for sure.
Yeah, I started again recently.
What do you play?
Xbox.
Oh, Xbox. Nice.
I usually play Grand Theft Auto. That's kind of my go-to.
Nice.
Because they remade the Vice City, San Andreas, and I think GTA 4 is in the trilogy they remade. So I play those because I like the old ones better than the new ones.
So you just like driving around, running over people in cars, shooting people?
Yeah, sometimes I'll do the missions, but for the most part, no.
It's just fun. Yeah. Yeah.
What I like to do is see how many stars I can get and get away. That's my favorite game to play on there.
Yeah. Just simulate chases, yeah.
Yeah. That's the best way to play it. It's fun. I'm like, all right, I ran over 3 people, I stole a car, and I'm going to get away. I'm going to jump off this ramp, and the cops won't be able to catch me.
I love that game because it's just like after a while they forget.
Yeah, yeah. They just give up.
It's like,
That's not what happens in real life.
No, no. In real life, they don't forget you.
No, you're on national TV.
Oh, I guess we could rope this back into MMA and bring it to John Jones because he really be living that Grand Theft Auto lifestyle sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like they need to make. I've come up with this idea before. They need to make a MMA and GTA crossover game.
Oh, it'd be so many funny characters. Oh, that would
Sean
actually,
Strickland,
I could see that.
John Jones, Jorge Masvidal.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
I could totally see that. I could see like a John Jones movie. You know?
Yeah.
Like that could come out for sure. You
Yeah,
know?
there's actually a lot. I feel like they definitely need to make a movie about, well, maybe not. I don't know. I would like them to make a movie about Francis at some point. I think that would be really dope.
Francis
just because of where he came from.
Oh, like can you imagine the scenes? Yeah. And he's paddling the Dead Sea. That's crazy. Yeah, me too. I would like
that would be epic.
I would like to see a movie on him. Yeah.
For sure.
Well, there's the McGregor movie. The McGregor movie's pretty good too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's nice to see.
Do you think
like,
McGregor's gonna fight again?
Oh, the way he's talking, maybe. But I think he's gonna get into politics.
You think so?
Yeah, and I really do think so because the amount of engagement that he pulls, like I don't think there's anything stopping him from getting into politics. You know?
Wow.
Yeah.
Never would have saw that coming.
And I don't think he's got a bad record, so I think he's good. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
I mean, that is probably the best way to get into politics now because if you're famous, I mean, look what Trump did. Did you see? Oh, wait, you didn't watch UFC 299. I was going to say, did you see how hard the crowd went for him in Miami when he walked out?
Dude, the UFC crowds love Trump, eh?
That was crazy.
They love him.
Oh, especially in Miami.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was insane. I was like, what? It was more applause for him than any of the fighters.
Oh, yeah,
I was like, what is going on? This is insane.
Well, fame is such a weird thing. Isn't that crazy?
It is.
It's like you have famous, world-class athletes, and then the politician gets like the most recognition, right?
I know.
Yeah, fame is a very interesting thing. Yeah.
It's crazy.
I like it, though.
I wonder if he'll be at 300. Because I'm going to be at 300.
Are you going to be?
So
that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm doing media.
Oh, hell yeah. Congratulations.
Thanks.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm hyped.
That's a huge opportunity. Good job.
Yeah.
Good on you.
Yeah, and then they're coming to St. Louis in May.
Oh, perfect.
So I just applied for that one today. So hopefully I get that one too. Well, you enjoy the rest of your day, and I will talk to you again soon, man.